blue lock is back to being peak. As in this chapter, I genuinely feel like we got one of the best chapters in a long while, with a special Teddy in the spotlight. But to know more, you will have to wait. But trust me, there is a ton more stuff, so get ready. Alright, so starting off this chapter, also called Rainbow Night, we firstly see Teddy actually looking extremely cold as he now is in control of the ball. And on top of that, he has his whole night aura wrapped right around him. He then starts to speak while looking half dead, like always. It sounds like he is talking to Fox as he is telling him, "Yes sir," and that they will turn one into infinity. Isagi can be seen looking towards him, looking a bit shocked or rather nervous. He then asks Teddy what is wrong with him, asking him why he keeps repeating that saying over and over like a spell. It's like Onatsu used to say that it was okay since he was there. Anyway, back to Teddy, who starts to look a bit more serious as he looks over towards Fox and explains that he thinks up how England's soccer can turn 0 into 1. After that, they will then turn that 1 into infinity. Hearing that, it seems like his other teammates are somewhat agreeing with him. Isagi, on the other hand, just straight up laughs right in Teddy's face, asking Teddy if he is just following orders then. And he goes even further, as he asks Teddy if he really thinks that an egoless team like that can beat them. Teddy then takes another glance at Fox, and without any hesitation, he tells Isagi that he truly thinks it, and that he is going to show him England's infinity. With that, we get a close-up panel of Fox, who looks just as ugly as ever, while he is holding 3 fingers. After that, he drags his hand towards the right side, while still having his 3 fingers out. Just then, we see that 3 of the players from the England team start to get active. It seems like 2 of them dash forward, while 1 of them blocks off Karasu, and Isagi, who are seeing this extremely close up, just think that they transition to offense based on a hand signal. He knows in his head that these guys are adapting their techniques to the moment based on their coach's commands. With that, we also see Teddy pass the ball around Isagi towards the player that was blocking Karasu. That player later passes the ball back towards Teddy. After that, the 2 of them seem to be going back and forth with the ball for a while, before it lands in the hands of someone called Skeleton. It's not Skeleton, which we thought in the leaks yesterday, so I guess that it's a bit better. But it still sounds like Skeleton either way, in my opinion. Anyway, while he has the ball, we can see that Yukimiya is rushing right at him while telling him that it's too bad and that his counter is dead in the water. Skeleton, however, just tells him that he knew that he would come. He passes the ball right behind Yukimiya while telling him that this was all part of Fox's 0 to 1 tactic. Yukimiya looks back in total disbelief as he thinks that he made an early cross before he could press. After that, he starts to scream towards Ryu and tells him that it's going to the goal and to not let them shoot. But just then we see Agi, who, actually, I'm super happy to be seeing playing. Please, if the authors can hear me, please give Agi a ton of screen time this match because, after that, he is probably going to disappear for another 100 chapters. Anyhow, back to the topic where we see Agi jumping up and heading away with the ball, before even Ryu could get to it. Even then, Agi tells them that they are not shooting yet. With that, we see the ball bouncing onto the field and towards someone called Achanpong, who sneaks behind and explains that it's right here, 1 to infinity. But right before him, we can see Aiku, who looks pretty locked in, which we later find out is true, as when Achanpong shoots away the ball, it gets blocked by Aiku in a matter of nanoseconds. The commentators get super excited about this, as they scream that he stopped it, calling it a killer block from Aiku. Meanwhile, Aiku, who seems to be in his head, thinks that they went from their planned counter into a setup, and finished leveraging Agi's physique, calling it a simple yet irritating attack style. With that out of his mind, he then screams out that it's a loose ball. We do see Hiyori trying to go for it, but it looks like he is no match for the England player. A Childs who I thought was called Chilos, but I guess not. Anyway, Childs explains that the initiative is theirs. He then starts to say their infamous saying once again. This makes Gagamaru laser focused, as he says that here it is again, and that they need to block it right away, but all of them quickly get surprised as we see Childs passing the ball. Gagamaru tries to follow the ball with his vision, but he is still extremely confused as to why it's going back to Agi. Agi, however, looks like he was ready for this, as he traps the ball with his chest, making it then bounce over to another player, which we later see is none other than Nyang, who comes to the ball and says that it's 1 to infinity yet again. I don't know if it's only me getting slightly annoyed at it. Anyway, Nyang shoots the ball right away. Luckily, we then see Karasu, who is in front of it, and he manages to block the shot, while telling him that there's no way of it happening. Karasu then falls onto the field, while telling him that he saw it coming, and with that, he screams out that it's yet again a second ball. But then, in his head, he starts to look really crushed, as he explains that each of them turns 0 into 1, and they score goals by creating chemical reactions. If that's their philosophy, then England's coach turns 0 into 1, and all 11 of their players cooperate to actualize it. In a way, Their soccer is the antithesis of Blue Lock's. After that, we see that the ball is heading to Achanpong, who tells the team to keep on going and to go for the next shot. But just then, we see the GOAT. Isagi snatches away the ball right before he could get it, and he asks if he was going to pass to Agi yet again. But he looks back with an intense stare while telling him that he finds the most rational, lowest risk play and repeats it infinitely. Asking if infinite means that they can only make one attack, ending it by calling them egoless soldiers. But just then we see a knight coming towards him while telling him that he is wrong, telling him that since he isn't tall, you go for the second ball. That play was part of Fox's 0-1 analysis too, off topic, but we legit see the sword from Teddy's aura and it pierces right into Isagi's stomach, which is kind of crazy to be fully honest. But with that we also see that Teddy got the ball and is dashing up the field. Isagi looks extremely shocked by that, and Hayori screams out that he is coming and that it's going to be Agi again, explaining that they are going to set up yet another shot. But in my opinion, Teddy's eyes seem to be wanting something else, because right after that, we see Teddy doing a cut-in and then completely embarrassing both Isagi and Hiyori, like they truly got done over. Hiyori even looks back in total awe as he thinks that he cut in instead of passing. Yukimiya then tries to be the savior as he goes towards Teddy, but Teddy then locks in even more as he tells them all, but mostly Isagi, that infinity means that their attacks are limitless. With that, we also see Teddy just completely destroying Yukimiya, who has no chance at doing anything at all. He starts to look lost while thinking that Teddy's cuts are so varied that he's impossible to catch. While Teddy keeps on destroying the Blue Lock team, the announcer says that here it is. Teddy Knight with the rainbow cuts is slicing right through Blue Lock. Isagi is, of course, also watching this, and he wonders if Teddy's movements were the catalyst for their entire positioning to change, as we then see all of the England team running right at them. Fox looks manic as he calls Teddy his puppet and tells him to go, and Teddy just tells him, "Yes sir." We then move back to Isagi, who is totally lost while wondering what is up with them. He asks how they are this strong without egos. Sadly, right after that, we see Teddy shooting an insane shot towards the goal. Like honestly, this shot is wild. While the ball closes in on the goal, the announcer says that this is the man called the Rainbow Knight, the new generation World 11 Teddy Knight. And right after that, the ball goes straight into the back of the net, making England take the lead by 1 goal. Isagi still can't believe it, as he looks at Teddy while thinking that this guy is a whole new species that they have no reference for, which to be honest is really sick. Honestly, this whole chapter has just been so extremely amazing. Now, sadly, after such an insane and exciting chapter, I do have to end it with some bad news, as it seems like Blue Lock will go on a 1-week break next week. The reason seems to be unknown or unclear at least, so hopefully the authors are healthy, but just felt like they needed a quick break. Even though that sucks, I can reveal that the next chapter is going to be called Double Wing. Now, if this doesn't have anything to do with both Yukimiya and Zantetsu, who both are on the wings for Blue Lock, then I might actually crash out. I'm so excited and looking forward to learning more about them, and more specifically, what Ego's thought process was to put them into the match, and just why. Don't get me wrong, I'm super happy that he did it, as that combo is just going to be pure lethal, but it's always nice hearing the exact reason from Ego. So yeah, what I think is going to happen in the next chapter is that Blue Lock might be a bit sad about having let in 1 goal before then, and Aiku or someone gets the morale up again, and with that, they start their own attack, utilizing the wings this time and going crazy with them. Like, don't forget that Yukimiya is a dribble demon, and he is extremely fast. I'm not sure how great Zantetsu's dribbles are, but he is extremely fast anyway, so it makes up for it. Anyway, in my opinion, this chapter was amazing, like a clear 10 out of 10 for me. There is absolutely nothing that I would change about it, but please let me know what you thought about today's chapter and what you would rate it, and of course, if you had a favorite moment. Anyway, if you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel, and while you are at it, leave a comment and a like. Also, if you can, hype the video down below, as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you are curious to see another video of mine, then please watch the video that will be popping up on the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.